Hello, this is for class 9, Source from Behive book. It's a poem, first poem, A Road Not Taken, which was written by Robert Frost. Before we enter into the poem, we will see something about the author. The name of the author is Robert Lee Frost. He was an American poet. He is highly regarded for his realistic depictions of rural life. A popular and often quoted poet, Frost was honored frequently during his lifetime. His work frequently employed themes from the early 1900s rural life in New England. Now, about the poem. This poem was first published in 1916. The Road Not Taken shows Frost at his best as a pastoral who combines a rustic simplicity with hidden, indirect, and clarity of style and language. About the title, the road is a symbol of the choice made by us in life. Many times we regret the choice we make, but what is done once cannot be undone. Man regrets for what he has denied himself in life rather than what he has chosen. Hence, the poet has given his poem the title The Road Not Taken. The word road not only means way, it also means journey or a stage of journey. Here, road does not signify any ordinary road, but functions as a metaphor of a vital decision. Symbolism. The color yellow. Here the poet refers yellow woods. Yellow, the color of the wood is representative of the light, hope, and promise that the speaker is standing before. His future is bright and stretches before him. Though both paths are equally lit, he must choose only one. And woods symbolize forest. The poem is set in the woods because we get an image of a quiet, deserted place where the speaker is left alone to decide. There are no road signs or people to stop and ask for directions. Similarly, there are no signs in life designed to help people choose their path. Road. Here, road symbolizes the life of a person. The roads are symbolic of the paths we take in life. Every road leads to a specific place, and the nature of one's destination depends entirely on the decisions that are made. We don't just arrive at a location, we make a series of choices that lead us there. And morning. The morning represents a new beginning and endless possibilities the day ahead has to offer. Frost sets the poem in the morning to reveal that the speaker is in the early years of his life and his future is spread out before him. Literary devices used in the poem. The poem revolves around the metaphor comparing the decisions we make on the journey of life to a fork in the road. Just as we must decide which road to take when traveling in order to arrive at a location, we must make decisions in life that will greatly impact our destination. The speaker is a traveler on the road of life who wishes that he could go both directions and avoid making a decision. Now, enter into the poem and its summary. This poem talks about the choice one has to make in life and their consequences. One day, while walking in a wooded area full of trees, that means the forest, the poet comes to a place where he has to decide which road he should take. In front, he has a diverged road. a road was parting into two. So he starts debating over the choices as he realizes he cannot walk on both because he is a single traveler. However, he decides to take the second path with the intention of traveling on the first some other time in future. Now the poem. Two roads diverged in a yellow wood, and sorry I could not travel both. And be one traveler, long I stood, and looked down one as far as I could, to where it bent in the undergrowth. In the first stanza, the speaker describes his position. He has been out for walking in the woods and comes in between the diversion of two roads. He stands there, looking as far down each one as he can see. He would like to try out both, but doubts he could do that. So therefore he continues to look down the roads for a long time, trying to make his decision about which road to select. Second stanza. Then took the other as just as fair, and having perhaps the better claim, because it was grassy and wanted bare, though as for that the passing there had warned them really about the same. In the second stanza, he looked down the first one to where it bent in the undergrowth, and then the second one, and he decided to take the other path because it seemed to have less travel than the first. But then he goes on to say that they actually were very similarly worn. The second one that he took seems less traveled, but as he thinks about it, he realizes that they were really about the same. Not exactly the same, but only about the same. Third stanza. And both that morning equally lay in leaves no steps had trodden black. Oh, I kept the first for another day. Yet, knowing how way leads on to way, I doubted if I should ever come back. In this third stanza, he continues with the cogitations about the possible differences between the two roads. He had noticed that the leaves were both fresh, fallen on them both, and had not been walked on, but then again claims that maybe he would come back and also walk the first one sometimes. But he doubted he would be able to, because in life one thing leads to another and time is short. In the last stanza, I shall be telling this with a sigh, somewhere ages and ages hence. Two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the differences. In this poem, the word difference is taken in a positive way, but there is nothing in the poem that suggests that this difference signals a positive outcome. The speaker could not offer such informations because he has not lived the difference yet. The other word that leads not discerning readers astray is the word sigh. By taking difference to mean a positive difference, they think that the sigh is one of nostalgic relief. However, a sigh can also mean regret. There is the oh dear kind of sigh, but also the what a relief kind of sigh. Which one is it? We don't know. If it is a relief sigh, then the difference means the speaker is glad he took the road he did. If it is a regret sigh, then the difference would not be good and the speaker would be sighing in regret. So what message we are getting from this poem? So Robert Frost's poem, The Road Not Taken, seems to hold out the motto that life is a continuous journey full of divergence now and then. The important thing is to move on without looking back whether the choice of paths taken was right or wrong. The right or wrong are relative terms. We cannot get everything in life and have to make choices. Whatever directions in our life takes is determined by the choice made by us. In the journey of life, one can seldom come back to travel the roads not taken earlier. Now, hope you all understood this poem. So, I think let's have a short quiz. Don't worry, it will be an easy one. Reference to the context. Here you have the stanza 1. The first question, what does the narrator mean by the yellow woods? Your answer is here. And for the second question, what does the narrator regret? And the answer is here for you. Third question, which road did the narrator choose? The poet chose the road that was grassy and less traveled by. That means he selected the second road. What does other refer to in the above lines? Here it refers the grassy and less traveled upon. What literary device has been used in the above lines? The literary device above used is a metaphor because he compares a life to a road and the choices that the person has to select. What does both refer to? Both here refers the two roads which is diverged, forked out in different directions. Explain, in leaves no step had trodden black. It means nobody has passed that way. It is trodden black. Nobody has used that path for a long time. What made the narrator doubt that he should ever come back? Because he knows that whatever path he has selected, it would lead to his own way. It won't lead to the another one. So he's in a doubt whether he have to select the second one. If he think that he can come back, the time may be wasted. What will the narrator tell with a sigh? He would tell about the folk that he had come to in the woods and how he had taken the road less frequented by people. Do you think the narrator regret his choice later on? No, he did not regret his choice. The sigh could be a satisfied, happy sigh that he had the foresight to be different from rest of the crowd. Yes, the narrator regretted his decision as he says he will talk of his choice with a sigh as his sigh could be a sigh deep regret at having made the wrong choice. Here is the original script of a poet, and here you can able to see a different picture of the woods and the two roads diverging condition. Here is also given a picture. He is a single traveler who is standing in front of a diverged road, a forked road, a road which is parting into two. Thank you. I hope you understood about this poem. This PPT is prepared by colleagues of 7 members and the sound is given by me. I'm Reggie Virginia, a TGT English from Dahod. Thank you.